Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 0. A massive 3 points for Manchester United in the race for top 4 today. I'm not even really going to talk about the rivals or anything like that because it's not about the rivals or what they did. It's about what Manchester United did. And look, let's be honest. I think a lot of people, myself included, were very nervous coming into today's game. Aston Villa, I think it's the first time they've lost since February, something like that. It's the first time they haven't scored in a Premier League match since Unai Emery took over. That was way back in November. That's how good of a result today is and how much of a crucial result today was too. I mean, we spoke about the disappointment of Thursday, surrendering the lead against Spurs away from home and kind of looking forward a little bit, knowing the importance of having to go to Brighton with a not great, putting it lightly, away record this season. It was so important that we got the points today, and I do think United deserved it, but as has been the case with everything for Manchester United this season, it's been very nerve-wracking at points, and it shouldn't have been really, because I thought for the large majority of the game, Manchester United played really well and they were in control. In the first half of it, my goodness me, we had so many chances and it was so simple. And this is why Erik ten Hag is a tactical genius. And yes, people can criticise him maybe making the wrong substitutions or maybe getting it a bit wrong on Thursday, but it was plain to see how we were going to exploit Villa today. Villa came to Old Trafford and played a very high line indeed. And we said, okay, we're just going to play balls over the top. There is nothing wrong with going direct. And that's what we did today. We were going direct really often. Ball over the top by Bruno or Eriksen or Casemiro, who was absolutely terrific today. And at the time, Rashford, who was playing as the striker, was playing on the shoulder. Sabitzer was really high up the pitch as well. He was playing on the shoulder. And it was working. I mean, early on, Rashford has a chance. He's in behind. And Villa were just getting bodies behind the ball as much as they can, but they were playing that high line. Sabitzer had a chance once again. Ball over the top, in behind, playing on the shoulder. He put it over the bar. Rashford, I thought, did well playing on the shoulder. And like I said, it was easy. It was easy. And we had these, not even half chances. They were proper chances, and we just couldn't take them. And once again, you sort of questioned and pondered to yourself, is this going to be a situation that comes back to bite us as the game goes on? Because we were so dominant, I found. We had so many chances. Yes, Villa had a chance here or there, and David De Gea made some good saves, but even Casemiro hit the bar as well. And once again, it was a simple cross-field pass that just completely undid Aston Villa. And it was Jadon Sancho laid the ball off to Casemiro too, hit the bar. And we get the goal from Bruno Fernandes. Once again, it's a high ball. It's a high ball, long ball, over to Marcus Rashford. He's through, takes a shot. Keeper makes a save. Emi Martinez makes a save. Bruno follows it up and makes it 1-0. There was a VAR check, but Bruno was clearly onside. And United went in at half-time, deservedly leading, deservedly 1-0 up. And as I mentioned, they were unlucky, I felt, or we were unlucky not to be more up and not to have more goals. Second half, this is where the concern came in, because we have seen such a dichotomy between United performances from one pass to another this season. Less so at home, but definitely more so away from home. But we've still seen performances at home where we've had a great first half, or we've had a great beginning to the game and we kind of taper out, or we just look a different team when we come out second half. But once again, for the beginning stages of the second half, we still looked good. We still looked like we were dangerous. Malacia put a ball in the box. It squirmed off Mings, nearly into Rashford once again. But as the half kind of went on, you kind of then started to feel maybe the nervousness or the knowing from United of, we haven't really taken this, put this game to bed. We've missed chances. We haven't been as clinical as we could be. And then suddenly, Villa started to grow back into the game a little bit. And we rode our luck a little bit, to be honest with you. Lindelof had to make a great block from Ramsey. There was a couple of instances where his ball's off the line. Lindelof off the line making a great block. Villa missed another chance. And you just sort of felt like, is this going to be a repeat of what we saw against Spurs on Thursday, where, you know, you think back to the first half and you say, man, if we were more clinical, if we had that number 9 that clearly we're looking for in the summer, we'd be 2-3-0 up at this point, and then they wouldn't even have a foothold in the game. Because of that, as I mentioned, particularly in the last few minutes, it was pretty hair-raising stuff. It was pretty nervy stuff. I think, actually, in fairness to Ten Hag, people criticise his substitutions Thursday. I think he got them right today for the majority, particularly at the end of the game, bringing Maguire on, getting more people behind the ball. Getting Martial on to hold the ball up a bit more, bringing Fred on, I thought was a particularly good move for Christian Eriksen, who I didn't think was really at his best, particularly once again as the game went on. It felt like Eriksen was starting to tire out. The one substitution that I felt like was maybe a bit harsh on the person was Jadon Sancho. Anthony came on to replace Sancho, and I thought actually Jadon Sancho played particularly well once again today. He played well against Spurs on Thursday, and he played well today against Aston Villa, and I thought it was a bit unfortunate to be taken off. I can think maybe it was just a case of Ten Hag thinking that Anthony's more likely to do the dirty work than maybe Jadon Sancho would be. But we had some real standout performances, one being Casemiro. I think there's been a bit of criticism, and I hold my hands up with this too. Since Casemiro returned from his suspension, his 4-match suspension, it felt like he really never returned from his suspension, and it felt like he was struggling to get back up to speed to where he once was, and the influence he was having over games wasn't quite there. And it's amazing how quickly people flip-flop, because this is a guy that this season has been just so important, so instrumental. We've seen himself and Christian Eriksen revolutionise our midfield compared to what it was last season. Scott McTominay and Fred to Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. I mean, absolutely transformed our midfield. And Casemiro, when he came in, he had people doubting him, and very quickly he turned those doubters into believers. And when he's missed big games this season, we haven't got the results that we were looking for. That's how important he has been. So when he came back from the suspension and wasn't really playing to the standards that we have seen, you then had those people coming out, see, I told you, Casemiro's washed, he's not that good, he's over 30, he's rubbish once again. Well, prove the doubters wrong again. He did today, because he was absolutely excellent. It was a game made for him, Casemiro, today. Rain teeming down on the Old Trafford pitch. He was putting in slide tackles. He was winning the ball. His distribution was fantastic. He's unlucky not to get a goal as well. I thought Casemiro was back to his best, and particularly he's going to be really important for that game against Brighton, and obviously looking forward to the FA Cup final too. Let's hope he's available for that one as well, because he's just that important. But to be honest, my man of the match would be Victor Lindelof. Once again, Victor Lindelof has put in an excellent defensive display, and actually that back four, particularly the centre-back pairing of Luke Shaw and Victor Lindelof, once again were very, very impressive. I was really, really pleased with the performance of the two centre-backs today. I think even going back to that Sevilla result when Maguire did the mistakes along with David De Gea, I think that it kind of got lost that actually Lindelof was okay in that game. He was coming out with the ball, he was passing the ball forward, he was doing his best version of what Lisandro Martinez can do, which nobody can do, but I thought he was good in that game. I thought he was excellent, of course, in the FA Cup semi-final, scored the winning penalty. I thought Shaw and Lindelof were good on Thursday too. I felt that they were very unfortunate that they were exposed by having no midfielder in the second half. So I think there's a really good relationship there building. Of course, it's not the primary relationship we want. We want Varane and Martinez at centre-back, but we don't have them at the moment. So Lindelof, crucial blocks, crucial tackles, composure, and a really good relationship with Luke Shaw. And as I mentioned, upon reflection, it's just such an important result in this top four race that we didn't really want to get involved in. And with a win today, and hopefully with a win on Thursday, we can really seal it down. At the time of recording this, I think Spurs are 2-0 down again, like they were against us on Thursday. So a really big result, a needed result, and United get the job done. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll speak for you again very soon. Peace!